Owen. She is an independent consultant and executive manager with Passion Parties. Now wait, before you stop watching, you've got to get to meet this woman. I was so impressed when I met you because you were so different than the stereotype of what I had in my mind. When you said you were in Passion Parties, I thought, oh, I know what that's about. And really, you talk a lot about bringing the romance back into a relationship, bringing that spark back into a relationship, in a very tasteful, classy way. Very different than what I expected from you.
Yeah, our company is all about bringing the romance, like Tara was saying, back into the relationship and really fostering communication between couples again. Because when there's a breakdown of communication, that can lead to a bunch of different things. We've talked before about how there is kind of an infidelity epidemic going on in this country, and a lot of that gets attributed to boredom and lack of communication. It's very often not due to a loss of love. Most partners still very much love the other person. It's just that things aren't quite as on fire as they used to be. They've kind of lost the flame. And so our company is really dedicated to, in a very tasteful and classy and educational manner, kind of helping people learn some tips and tricks, and we provide the tools to help bring that back.
Well, that's interesting because I think a lot of us assume once that spark is gone, it's gone. I had this great chemistry gone.
No, if you had chemistry at one point, you can definitely bring it back. Life gets in the way of a lot of things, and relationships, both in and out of the bedroom, are not exempt from that.
One of the things, too, you talk about with communication, you have a statistic about if there's no problem in your bedroom life, it takes up very little of your time.
Yeah, it's about 10%. If everything is going great in the bedroom, it takes about 10% of your attention. But if you're not meshing quite right, if you're not quite getting exactly what you want, suddenly it takes over 90% of your attention, and then just kind of everything starts falling apart.
So what's happening in our bedroom is seeping into all of the other rooms in our house. That's the bottom line on that. So what do you think when you talk about bringing that spark back, or that you can get it back? One of the things that I think about is, when I was first married and divorced, so see, I'm your statistic, and a new mom, you kind of forget what it was like when you were single and attractive.
Part of the chemistry really does hinge on the fact of needing to remember who you were as an individual and as a woman before you became the wife, before you became the mother, before you got the job that takes up so much of your time and attention now. Once you remember who you are, and you can do that in very easy ways. Take some time once a month, go out with your friends for a happy hour. Carve out a little bit of time to go get a massage. Even try maybe a different shaving cream or a bubble bath, something like that. Just take some time for yourself and pamper yourself. Really get that self-confidence back that you are still, a very attractive person.
And kind of reconnecting with that sexuality that maybe we get lost in all the day-to-day.
Yeah, it tends to fall by the wayside pretty quickly.
So what else? What are some other tips? If I'm a woman who's watching and I'm thinking, oh, the spark is just gone in my marriage, I love my spouse, or vice versa, I'm a guy, I love my wife, it's not exciting anymore. What are some things that I need to be doing?
Communication is a really big one. Figure out how to recommunicate again. That could be as easy as attending one of my parties and going home and saying, honey, look, this is what I learned tonight. What do you think about it? Just getting that conversation started. Also, you can go through and...
one of the things that you talked about that I liked is with your catalogs, because we talk a lot about communication. We all know we need to communicate with our partner. And I think there's a lot of us who are kind of intimidated. How do I broach that subject? People, it's such a personal thing. You don't want to insult anybody. You don't want to say, honey, this isn't working. How do I do that? And so one of the things I like is that you show couples really easy ways, whether it's through, items or just how to communicate, but how to kind of broach what might be a really uncomfortable topic to say to your partner. Because you were saying earlier, and I like this, that tonight this was great. That doesn't mean it wasn't great. It just means tonight I don't like that.
We women are such amazing multitaskers, and it works fantastic in every area of our life except for in the bedroom, because we change our mind on a lot of different things. We have so many things running through our mind. Like you were just saying, what worked one night may not necessarily work the other. It's not that you don't like it anymore. It's just that you want something a little different that night.
And so feeling comfortable being able to say that.
Yeah, being comfortable with yourself, with your partner, is absolutely paramount.
Any last tips for us, what we should be doing with our partner before we leave?
Just don't be afraid to talk to them. They may want something a little different. You may want something a little different as well. And there is absolutely no harm, despite what some outdated psychology and pop culture tends to tell us. There's absolutely nothing wrong with asking, or even telling in some cases.
And I bet most guys are probably out there going, yes, that's true. We just want to know.
Yeah,
we want
guys
to
are
know.
not
We will do
mind
whatever we
readers.
want. And we do. We assume they should read our mind. And if they don't know how to fill our needs, then obviously there's something wrong in our relationship. And that's really not true.
No, it's just there becomes a barrier that needs to be surmounted, and it's very, very easy to do.
Well, I encourage if you're in a relationship or, somebody who wants to contact Stephanie, even if you're somebody like me who thought I would never contact somebody from Passion Parties, she is the one you want to call because you will make anybody feel comfortable. Absolutely amazing at what she does and so passionate. I can see that true, genuine, I want to help couples bring that spark back. So we're going to have Stephanie's information listed on our business directory, and you can contact her. And thanks for stopping by, and go home. And I like how you say, give that person that sideways look.
Yeah, give that sideways look. Catch your partner's eye again.
Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next week.